Hey, welcome everybody. Tonight we're back here again with the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues. I'm Thomas. We got Jay over here as well. Jay, how you doing tonight?
I'm ready, man. We're gonna go road course racing here at the Charlotte Roval, best iRacers of Biz, Motor City Cup. Super excited. It's gonna be some great racing tonight.
Yes, sir, it is. We got some of the best drivers in the business on the surface here tonight, ready to go around 30 times around the Charlotte Roval in these beautiful Gen 6 cars. Man, I really do miss these cars, Jay. I don't know about you, but man, I miss them. I miss them a lot. Hey, look at this. Practice is just finishing up. We're going straight into qualifying here, so let's go ahead and look at the drivers getting ready to go out on track here, ready to put in a great run here tonight. Look, first up, we've got Daniel Diorio. Made his debut in the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues last week. Did a great job there. Let's see if he can capitalize on it tonight. He was running very well in practice. Let's see if he could transfer that momentum over to qualifying. More people on track here. We got Michael Campbell, Gregory Shaw, Brad Haldane. All these guys, they're going to be able to get a chance here to go and shoot for that pole position. We'll give updates on all that's attempting their qualifying runs right now. On the bottom, you can see the drivers and the numbers. Jay, this will give us a little bit here to just talk a little bit about what can we expect tonight with this race here and these drivers, and who's most likely to capitalize on a road course like this.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race. I think it's going to be a little different than what we've seen so far this season and so far what we've seen on road courses here in the Gen 6 series. They got to make a pit stop throughout the race. There's going to be strategy applied. We could see a lot of side-by-side racing. We could see maybe someone that doesn't qualify so good have the race pace figured out and be able to charge to the field. I'm not even sure who I'm looking at to win this race. I feel like it's pretty much wide open. It's kind of a little bit of a wild card here tonight with these drivers. They have not ran this track in this series before. It's kind of a inaugural event here in the Motor City Cup here at the Roval. So I feel like everybody's going to take pride and want to run up front and take the dub here tonight. Yeah,
for sure. You know, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of desperation at the beginning of this race. We know that it's going to be really hard to have the officiating crew call a full course caution. So these guys are probably going to take as much as they can at the beginning of the race and try to maximize what they can at the beginning. This is a 30-lap race. These guys do run 100% fuel, but it's going to be a mandatory pit stop throughout this race, so they're going to have to stop no matter what. So we might be seeing a lot of strategies here. We might be seeing some people pit lap 5, or we might be seeing some people pit lap 25. You know, it's going to depend on what these guys do for the races tonight. So, you know, I'm looking at the Manning Motorsports crew. We got Michael Campbell here tonight. I'm looking at Gregory Shaw. Road course racing is kind of his forte. As Daniel Diorio goes P3, Michael Campbell up on top there with a 120.7. Gregory Shaw not too far behind him in the P2 position with a 120.9. You see him get a little loosey-goosey there, trying to put the power down. We'll see what anybody else can do here. Look, we got Brad Haldane right here just coming through the bus stop right now, going into NASCAR 3 and 4. We'll see what kind of lap time he can put down. This will be very interesting to see what Brad's got. Coming through the final corners now and across the start-finish line. Let's see what Brad can put up. 123.1. That does put him P3 at the moment. Gregory Shaw went off track, and he's going back to the pits here. Let's see if anybody's close. Michael Campbell coming through the bus stop and into NASCAR 3 and 4. Another chance to improve that lap time. You think he could do it, Jay?
I think he can. I mean, he's got a lot of speed carrying here. He's going to get hard on the brakes. Gets a great chicane, uses a little bit of both curbs. See what he does. Here he comes. Oh, sideways there.
He does improve, a 120.6. That's a great lap there. Daniel Diorio now coming across the start-finish line. See if he improves any. 131. Does not improve. We're going to have Dallas Seward right here coming through NASCAR 3 and 4. He's ready to wrap up this first lap here. Let's see what he can do. It's like an invalid lap time there by the 38 car. Brad Haldane crossing the start-finish line once again with a 121.9. A great improvement from his other lap. Still a little bit off from the top two right there. Top two very close right there. 3/10. Dallas Seward still on track.
This might be someone to watch here tonight. He's a pretty darn good road racer himself, so let's see what kind of lap time he puts here in qualifying. But this guy might be a factor by the end of this race.
Anything's possible, right? Coming through the bus stop now for Dallas, going on a NASCAR 3 and 4. Building that speed and momentum to go into the final chicane here. Here comes Dallas Seward to finish up his second lap. See if he can get a good lap time down. Goes to a 123.4. Jump on over to Tim Henderson here. Going through NASCAR 1 and 2 at the moment. Going through 3 and 4. Again, getting that momentum and speed up to get through this final chicane. Let's see what Tim Henderson can do. Let's see if he gets a clean lap in here. A 123.1. Javon Thompson also across the start-finish line. 124.3. Dallas Seward just came across the start-finish line. And shenanigans. Hey, look, that's what I called Kyle Busch to do during the race.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you kind of precursor that. Dallas went ahead and just said, watch this, and did it. He proves it's possible. You have to roll that backup car out for the main event now. We got a few more guys here. Haven't taken lap time yet here in qualifying as it's winding down. Maybe some guys are thinking about this. I like what you said with the different strategies we're going to see today. We see some guys pit maybe lap 5, lap 25. I think that's not a bad idea, pitting a little earlier than everybody else. If you can avoid having to race in traffic and then come down early, get the track to yourself and run consistent lap times while everybody else is battling out in the pack in front of you, maybe you can gain a lot of track position, a lot of lap time, and maybe take advantage of those other drivers.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. A lot's possible here. Ready to get this thing on the road.
we are winding this session down. I think it's safe to say Matt Campbell or Michael Campbell is your pole sitter here tonight. 30 seconds left in this session.
Congratulations to Michael Campbell on his pole position win tonight. Michael Campbell will be leading the field to green. Congratulations to Michael Campbell. All right, Jay. What can we expect? We see a great run between Michael Campbell and Gregory Shaw here. Look, this is Gregory Shaw's domain. This is his deal here when it comes to road course racing. Do you think that Gregory Shaw can take it to Michael Campbell here? Take it to Manning Motorsports and go and try to control this race. Can it be done?
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a great race. I mean, you've seen the dominance of Manning Motorsports so far this season. Starting on pole, Gregory Shaw, he is a factor almost any road course we go to. Really a factor any Gen 6 race we have in general this whole season. He's been right on the doorstep of winning one of these things. I think it's going to be a great battle. Throw a little pit stop strategy in the mix here. A little bit of tough track, you know, you got the elevation changes through the infield, you got the banking transitions to the flat, heavy braking zones. This could be a very, very compelling race. I don't know. I think this race is still wide open to anybody. I feel like if these guys start racing real hard and open the door up for anybody behind them, somebody else can still sneak in there and get the lead. It's going to all come down to driver talent, pit strategy, and survival.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think that I'm going to stick to what I said here. We're going to see lots of strategy. We're going to see some desperation at the beginning of this race. Again, caution's only going to be thrown if there's a blockage on track. So we'll see. Look, we got lots of time for these drivers to figure it out and have a good race, have a good run here. As we now just rounding out 2-minute 45-second in warm-up. Go over some chats real quick. Manning Motorsports. That's old Travis Manning right there. Having to miss tonight. Good luck to his teammates and the Manning Motorsports crew. Dallas Seward, I suppose it's from his turn 1 shenanigans right there. Put a big old yeet with a Big Daddy NASCAR. Tim Henderson correcting him with the Big Daddy Nexus. Gregory Shaw. Yeah. For sure. You got my email address. Dallas Seward says these shades are hot. Hey, look. I had some testing done on my eyes today. I really shouldn't be doing this, honestly. But I just love this too much. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put some sunglasses on. We're going to have some fun. And then Travis, let's go Mike. I think Mike has a great chance tonight. He really does. No mistakes. A good run. Good, clean pit stop is all he needs. And Mike's got this, man. That was some craziness we just witnessed right there. I don't know. Did you see that, Jay?
Yeah, I think Gregory Shaw is testing the escape route there through the backstretch chicane. He's testing it again. I mean, you got to make sure you got it figured out, and just in case you got to avoid carnage into one of these chicanes. And he's going to ramp it. Pulling a Dallas Seaward-esque move here. Gonna have to pull out that backup car here for the main event. We're winding this session down.
Somebody call 911. That 45 car's dangerous. Like a fire in a nursing home.
Surprised he doesn't have NASA or Space Force on the side of that car. He's trying to take that thing to the moon.
Should have. Yeah. Apollo 11 right on the side of that car. Brad Haldane going around in warm-up here. Hey, warm-up's finished up. We're going to go grid. We will see you guys in the race. We're getting ready. Here we go. Tim Henderson says he's got a 1-to-1 odds that he finishes outside the top 12.
There's only 11 guys on the grid there, Tim. Give yourself some more credit there, my guy.
All right, let's go through some gridding real quick. Michael Campbell is your pole winner tonight in the number 98 car with Gregory Shaw. He's going to be starting on the outside of him in the 45.
Starting P3 is Bad Brad Haldane, coming off a win in the Monday series with Tim Henderson starting P4 in the number 20 car.
Dallas Seaward starting P5 in the 38 with Javon Thompson on the outside of him in P6 in the number 93 car.
In his second race in this series in that 78 car is Daniel Diorio with Alexander Light in that 54 car starting P8.
Matt Yost coming in at P9 in the number 70 car with Steven Downton in the 09 starting P10.
And rounding out your field, Scooter B, Scott Bellum in that number 1 car.
There you guys have it right there. We're going to be green next time by. We're going to allow these guys to warm up their tires a little bit, get formed up, and then coming through the final chicane, we'll be getting that green flag. All right, real quick, Jay, who do you got to win this race?
Man, put me on the spot here first for the first pick of this race. I think Brad Haldane wins it. Oh, carrying that momentum from Monday, I think he carries it on over. I think he gets the dub here tonight.
That's a great choice. Hey, look, I'm gonna go way back here. I'm gonna go with the number 54 car. Alexander Light is gonna take the top spot today in the number 54.
There we have it. It's like the lights are out on your Porsche safety car here at the Charlotte Roval. We're doubling them up, going through the infield section now. We're going to go green flag racing this time by. 30 laps on the board. Best iRacers of the business here at the Charlotte Roval.
Yeah, buddy. Coming on the NASCAR 1 and 2 right now. These guys are checking them belts. Getting ready. Grabbing that last drink of water that they need before they go ham into turn 1. Turn 1's going to get wild, I think. We might be seeing some shenanigans there. Maybe not the Dallas Seaward kind of shenanigans, but some shenanigans for sure.
I think it's going to be very important how good you get into that turn 1. If you can get the lead exiting turn 1, going through the infield section for the first time, you might be able to get right into your race pace and got to check out from these boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting into that rhythm and getting into that form after turn 1 is going to be one of the hardest things to do as a driver. Try to gap yourself from everybody behind you and try to gain position if you're in the back there. So I think Alexander Light starting way back in 8th there, he is going to be in a way different position than maybe Brad Haldane, Michael Campbell, Gregory Scholl. Alexander Light, he's going to have to be the one to capitalize on any situation here. Same goes for anybody outside of the top 5, I believe. So we'll see. Right now, though, we're coming through NASCAR 3 and 4. Pace car is going to be pulling off of the racing surface. Michael Campbell in the number 98. He is going to be leading this field to green as they go into the final chicane here. This is where it gets a little sketchy. Everybody's got to give each other lots of room, lots of respect. As we've seen multiple times with everybody here, the green flag is out in the air. The 98 and 45 side by side, as the 45 does get a really good jump on the outside. As we're still side by side now, going into turn 1, the 45 trying to hang real close to the rear bumper of the 98 of Michael Campbell, as we all jockeying for positions back here. Brad Haldane, Tim Henderson's going around after the start, or after the pit exit lane. He's all the way in the back. He's got some damage there in the number 20.
A big setback, but Michael Campbell clears for the lead over Gregory Shaw. Brad Haldane P3. Dallas Seawart's moved himself up to P4 as we go through this inside section here for the first time today. We're going to enter NASCAR 1 and 2 right now as Michael Campbell continues to lead over the field here on lap 1.
Coming on to NASCAR 1 and 2 now, we still got Michael Campbell P1, Gregory Shaw P2. Brad Haldane rounding out the top 3 right now. We got some good battling going on back here. Here's Alexander Light hunting down Javon Thompson now, going into the back straight chicane. Let's see if he can do anything coming through here. He's still all over the rear bumper of the 93. Javon putting up a really good defensive line as the 54 is still searching to get around that 93, coming through NASCAR 3 and 4 now into the final chicane.
Yeah, as this battle is heating up, Alexander Light applying the pressure here to Javon Thompson. Going to cross the line to complete lap 1 here at the Charlotte Roval. Javon Thompson misses the chicane. He's going to lose a lot of time here, so he has to give that position to the 54 of Alexander Light. Wow. What a battle so far here on lap 2 as Michael Campbell continues to lead here through the infield section.
A good push there by the 54 to try to make the 93 make a mistake. He does get it done. Now he's hunting down Dallas Seward. He's getting to the rear bumper of him. Now we'll see what he can do with Dallas coming through these final infield road course section. As you now see him getting real close to the rear bumper. Alexander Light's going to be there going into NASCAR 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's drawn this gap down to about 2 car lengths. He can see 2 guys right in front of him. Oh, he nearly makes wall contact here in NASCAR 1. He's going to chase him through off of NASCAR 2. He's going to get a great run. He's looking to the inside here off of NASCAR 2. Headed for the back straightaway chicane. He's going to look to the inside. He's not going to be able to challenge into the chicane. He's going to have to follow him through kind of a single file line through the chicane. He's going to chase him here into NASCAR 3.
Still all over the rear bumper of the 38. Alexander Light looking for that speed and that, oh, he gets a little loose. He's losing it and he saves it. What a great save by Alexander Light going through NASCAR 1 and 2. He's got to regain all that time again back to the 38. The 38 misses the final chicane. Here comes Alexander Light for P4.
Wow, this is crazy. We said that at the top, not making any mistakes. This track is very difficult. Heavy braking zones and a lot of elevation change, a lot of banking transitions. As Alexander Light moves up to P4, going through the infield section, you can see Brad Haldane up there in front of him. That's a podium spot here early in this race, lap 3.
Great run so far by the 54. He keep it up. And he might hunt down Brad Haldane. Brad Haldane 2.7 seconds in front of him. Last time by the 54 was 1:23.2. Brad Haldane 1:23.3. So very close in times between these two cars. But that time also had a little mistake there. Dallas Seward going around here coming into NASCAR turn 1. Getting it turned back around and getting back out on track here. Javon Thompson now in your top 5.
Yeah, Javon Thompson taking advantage there of Dallas Seward's mistake. Moves himself up to P5. As we got everybody kind of spreading out here, running their race pace. As now Michael Campbell has pulled about a second and a third over your second place of Shaw. Can Shaw run him down here as he's losing a little bit of time here on lap 4 to your race leader, Michael Campbell? And you got Brad Haldane about 7 seconds back there in P3. He might be getting pressure applied to him here shortly by Alexander Light.
What's happening to What's happened to Greg Shaw here? He's slow. He's very slow. Something happened to Greg here. Lost a lot of time to Michael Campbell. That gap now 5.8 seconds. 5.9. Just still growing. Something big happened here to the 45 going through 1, 2, and 3. As now it looks like he is back up to speed. Alexander Light has caught Brad Haldane going into NASCAR Turn 1.
He is going to apply the pressure. We've seen Alexander Light make a mistake in NASCAR 3 and 4. He's going to go to the inside. Brad Haldane's going to give him the room. It looks like Haldane is losing some pace here as Alexander Light is flying. He's got all the speed in the world headed for the back straightaway chicane. He's going to be in P3. His teammate, Gregory Shaw, is right up in front of him. So now both Limitless guys are in the podium positions right now.
Absolutely. Real quick here, we got a report. Matt Yost going around on track. Let's see what happened to the 70 car. Going into Turn 3 now. Oh, lost it off of Turn 4. Makes big contact with the inside wall there. Not what you need here. Matt Yost getting it turned around, though, but all the way back in P11 with that front-end damage on the 70 car.
Yes, he's running P11 right now. As you see, Tim Henderson actually recovered back up to P7 after his lap 1 spin. Now he's behind his teammate, Dallas Seward. That's for a P6 position. What a recovery as you see all that damage he has on that right rear quarter panel. And he's got a little bit of nose damage there on the right front as well. He's having a real difficult race, but recovering extremely well. Challenging up here in P7, looking for P6 on his teammate, Dallas.
A great runs or great recovery so far. Oh, he hit that curb real bad there. He slides and he comes and brings it to a stop. The 20 car now getting back on track here. Dallas Seward went off track too. These guys both made a mistake going into that corner. Tim Henderson going around again.
Wow, that just shows how difficult this track is. These guys are making mistakes left and right up here through the infield section, all the elevation change. He's going to lose a lot of time. All of that time he made up, he's going to lose it now. Announcer's jinx. I cursed him. He's going to recover back up here to P9. Let's see if he can get this thing back going and get back up to where he was. As he loses it again here in the middle of NASCAR 1 and 2 into the grass. Can he get her back on track here?
Maybe something broke on that 20 car, not being able to drive it. We might be able to see that 20 car come on a pit road this time. We'll see. We'll see what that 20 car does do. Now, Michael Campbell still leading this race. About to exit the infield road course section and go into NASCAR 1. Doing a great job over his P2 competition, who is almost 9.5 seconds behind him. Brad Haldane, though, does retake that P3 position. What happened? Oh, Alexander Light was around. Let's go back and look at this real quick. Oh, off of turn 4, loses it over the curbs. Very slight contact with the inside wall, so maybe not that much damage on the front end of that 54. Hopefully not too bad. Let's just go ahead and see right here. Doesn't look bad at all. Alexander Light. Oh, go ahead.
Continue here in P4. He's going to try and run back down Brad Haldane and Gregory Shaw. He's lost a lot of time here. He was really close to his teammate before that mistake. See if he can run him back down. As Michael Campbell is just putting on a blistering pace. He's currently 9.2 seconds over your second place runner right now. Just running his race, running his pace, not making any mistakes, keeping that thing on track and up front of this field.
Yep, that's what you need to do, Jay. Just get into that rhythm, no mistakes, and you can find yourself with a gap like 9.5 seconds actually pretty easily. This guy right here doing a great job behind the driver's wheel there and continuing to keep that 98 out front.
As we got a great battle back here. I was just watching the gaps here as we got Steven Dowd, Scott Bellum racing, and here's Tim Anderson, Matt Yost racing. This is getting crazy as we see a guy on pit road. Is that Daniel Diorio making a pit stop? First guy to come to pit lane here, lap 7. He's got a lot of nose damage, it looks like. Maybe get that fixed and get some new tires on it. See what that does.
We got a late entry here of Tim Trowbridge. He's coming in to try and pull some laps here. Lots of damage to that 78 car, though. Hopefully come in and get some damage repair there.
As we're back up here with Scott Bellum. This battle with him and Steven Dowd was real close. It looks like Steven Dowd was able to get by Scott Bellum here. moving himself up to P7. Bellum back to P8. Stephen Downs started towards the back of this field, and he's kind of methodically climbing his way up through this field, taking advantage of other people's mistakes. Maybe he'll have something for him here at the end of the race, as he's running pretty good lap times right now. Only 55 seconds behind your leader.
Absolutely. Again, go. Oh, Scott Bellum goes around, going through the back straight bus stop, excuse me. He's going to lose another position here to Matt Yost and Tim Henderson. Not what old Scooter B needed there.
It sounds like the name of the game tonight is survival, not making any mistakes. As you see Tim Henderson back up to P8. He's just on the recovery trail. Gets through the field, makes a mistake, goes to the back, and recovers all the way back up to P8. Still got a little bit of damage. He's going to slide up here through turns 1. Down, up the hill, then back down the hill. This downhill section's got a lot of elevation change. Real difficult to get through some of these corners here. He's going to come all the way through this tight radius right-hander and continue on here in P8.
Absolutely. Michael Campbell still out front here. Doing a great job with that 98 car. Keeping the pack behind him. 12 seconds to P2. What a great run so far.
Yeah, he's really just blistering the field right now. Just continues to lag second place of Gregory Shaw. But it looks like Alexander... Oh, we do see Scott Bellum. He just went off track there. Or it's Trowbridge. Late entry to this race. 9 laps down. And put some laps in here. Kind of settle in. Didn't catch the practice in the warm-up. So he's got to figure it out. Figure it out here quick. Putting some laps into this race.
Absolutely. Michael Campbell coming down the back straightaway and into the bus stop. Nice and smooth for that driver. How about we do this for you guys? We go ahead. We'll do a full throttle segment with the number 98 car. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a battle going on here right now for P3. That's Alexander Light, again challenging Brad Haldane, coming through the final corners of the infield road course and coming on to NASCAR 1 now.
Whoa, as Haldane was a little conservative there in NASCAR 1. Alexander Light's going to go right up to the wall, try to get a little bit of a crossover move here out of NASCAR 2 to the inside of Brad Haldane. He's going to clear him here off of NASCAR 2. He's going to take P3 from Brad Haldane, heading towards the bus stop on the back.
A great run again by the number 54 car, Alexander Light. And he's getting real loose. He's probably burned a lot of rear tire there, a lot of heat in the rears as well, trying to get back to that 39 car, but nonetheless, he does make the pass, and he is on his way to P2. Brad Haldane's locking up going into the final chicane. He gets it under control, no car contact, no missing of the chicane either. Everybody's fair play here. Brad Haldane relegated back to P4 as something... Oh, Greg's in pit lane. Greg comes out P4. Pit stops have begun.
Yes, he's going to exit pit road now. He's going to go right through this infield section. Now, he's got to maximize this pit stop. He pitted a little earlier than your leader. Can he use these tires to his advantage here? As he's going to continue to charge. He's going to have a clean track in front of him. He's going to be able to put down great lap time, kind of run his pace, his race, as he continues to try and close that gap to your race leader. Do we see them come by this time? Does he match his competition of Gregory Shaw?
Let's see. Coming in the final chicane now. No, Michael Campbell does not. Alexander Light in P2 at the moment. Coming down the back straight chicane. Bus stop, excuse me. Going into NASCAR 3 now. Let's see if the 54 or the 39 make a move to come down pit road. Coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, this would be a good indicator. We know that Alexander Light's teammate is Gregory Shaw. He does not pit. Brad Haldane does not appear to be pitting either. Maybe split this race in half. Or maybe go for the very long strategy and pit right towards the end of this race. The strategies are open. The pit stops have begun. As you see, Matt Campbell just put Matt Yost a lap down. He's lapped all the way up to P7. Just a blistering pace he has. 22 seconds over Alexander Light. And 26 seconds over Brad Haldane.
What a run. What a run so far by this 98 team. Michael Campbell trying to make a statement here tonight. Road course king. And that number 98 Ford doing a great job. Continuing to not make mistakes. I think that's the biggest thing here, Jay. This man has not made a mistake at all.
Yeah, that was the key to the race, was getting into your race pace and not making mistakes, and then planning your strategy. And he's not going to pit this time, it doesn't appear. He's going to continue down here to the front stretch chicane. Alexander Light, he's running P2. He's actually cut a little bit of that gap down. A couple tenths out of it that last time by. So we'll see if he decides to get on the pit strategy here now, as we're closing in the halfway point here in about 2 more laps. The strategies are open for anybody. Maybe going to wait till the end of this race. He's not going to pit this time either.
Brad Haldane coming off of NASCAR 4 now. Not going to do it either. We'll see what Gregory... I'm curious to know what kind of... Oh, he misses the chicane there. The final chicane. Maybe a little bit of a slowdown penalty for the 45 here. Still a 132 last time by... for Greg Shaw. Going back up to Michael Campbell now, going through NASCAR 1 and 2. We'll see if this time if he makes a pit stop.
Yes, he's really getting through the NASCAR 1 and 2 extremely well. Got that thing pinned right down to the line. He gets real heavy on the brakes right here through the bus stop. Using a little bit of curb, not too much, not too aggressive. He knows he's got this big of a gap. He's not pushing it extremely hard at this moment, or at least he would not want to be pushing it that hard to make a mistake, as he's going to continue down here, not making another pit stop, or not making a pit stop this time by Alexander Light. He's lost a little bit of time this last lap by, but he's got some lap traffic in front of him. This could come into play. I think that's Scooter B just right there in front of him. He's going to give him all the room in the world. What great sportsmanship there by Scott Bellum to let the 54 car go.
Absolutely. Coming through 3 and 4 now. Not a pit stop for Alexander Light. Here comes Brad Haldane. He is going to make a pit stop. He's going to switch it up a little bit. He's splitting the race right in half.
As going to be interesting is now Greg Shaw actually went by him, so he's not going to be able to blend in with Gregory Shaw, who had about 8 seconds over Brad Haldane before that pit cycle. So he's going to lose a lot of time to Gregory Shaw. So that early pit cycle might come into play here for Gregory Shaw.
That might be the race-winning strategy right there, Jay. Look, all that speed that he got off of those brand new tires there might just be worth it.
Yeah, that and blending in with no traffic in front of him, able to just really push as hard as he wants to and not have any lap traffic to interfere with. So here comes Brad Haldane exiting pit lane now. He's going to cycle back to 6th, just 1 minute and 1 second ahead of your race leader. You see at the top of the board, your race leader now is coming through the front stretch chicane, and Brad Haldane is now in the infield section. So he's going to stay on the lead lap here and blend in here to P6.
Alexander Light now entering NASCAR 3. We'll see if he makes a pit stop this time, but and he doesn't. So P2 and P1 still staying out right now. Gregory Shaw looking like he's got the strategy to beat right now. He is fast, hungry, and he wants that P2 position over his teammate there. Oh, we got a little report here. Scott Bellum had a little bit of an incident. Coming off of NASCAR 2 now into the back straightaway bus stop. Oh, he lost it again. Number 1 car just looking like it might be struggling on the setup just a little bit here. Oh, we're not live. My bad. Hey, look, Dallas Ewart's coming down pit road now. Brad Haldane taking advantage of that position. That puts him up to P5. Back into the top 5 Brad goes.
Yeah, wow, look at the gap that Gregory Shaw is behind his teammate. He had to make the pit stop, and he's only 7 seconds behind second place. This strategy for Gregory Shaw is looking good. He's looking real good, not making any mistakes right now. Just running real quick lap times. There's not a car in front of him. Just able to push as hard as he wants. Wow.
So on the top left there, you can see the cars who have made pit stops. Right now, it's Shaw, Haldane. Seward just made a pit stop. That has not updated yet, so we'll be seeing that here soon. But looks like Alexander Light not making a pit stop again.
Yes, he's going to see a little bit of traffic up in front of him. That's 9th place of Stephen Doughton, as well as the 2nd place driver, his teammate, Alexander Light. They're just up in front of him a little ways. So maybe they can make their pit stop this time by and allow Gregory Shaw to have clean track again and continue his charge towards the leader, Matt Campbell, who's going through the bus stop on the backstretch right, or Michael Campbell through the backstretch right now, as he has just put down Tim Henderson a lap, who's running P6 right now. So still just continuing this blistering pace over the field.
Brad Haldane currently the fastest car on track, 121.7. Gregory Shaw pulled a 123.7. So that's 2 seconds quicker on fresh tires compared to Gregory Shaw. Almost 3 seconds quicker compared to your leader, as your leader now pulls a 123.5. So still a lot of speed out of this 98. Let's see if Alexander now is coming through NASCAR 3 and 4. Let's see if he makes a pit stop this time by.
Yes, he's got to be thinking. He's 26 seconds back. You see what your teammate just did and allowed him to gain so much time. He's going to lose that position to his teammate once he makes his pit stop. As now you see Greg Shaw to the inside of Stephen Doughton. This is a lap traffic that he's got to navigate through. Stephen gives him a lot of room. Goes real gingerly through the front stretch chicane. He's going to go into turn 1. He's only 6 seconds behind his teammate right now. 32 behind your leader. Can he make up more end roads? He only lost about, I don't know, about half a second there going through lap traffic of Stephen Doughton. So let's see if he can get back into his pace here now that he's clear.
Ooh, something happened to Tim Henderson here. Let's go back and look real quick. Ah, made heavy contact outside wall there for Tim Henderson. Michael Campbell coming through NASCAR 3 and 4, not going to pit again. Alexander Light coming out of NASCAR 2 now. Coming down the back straightaway to get into the bus stop.
Yes, these guys have just not made a pit stop yet. They're still just kind of running this strategy out. They've had it planned from the beginning. Matt Yost might have went through the bus stop back there. He lost a lot of time. Gets out of the way here of your second place of Alexander Light as he's going this time by. Does he pit? No, he's not. He's going to stay on the track. Lap 19. Still haven't seen pit stops out of your front two yet as he locks up going into the front stretch chicane. He's going to miss it. Big news here. Matt Yost missed the chicane as well.
Oh, we got Brad Haldane crashed. There's turn 4 there, coming in at turn 5. Oh, and he just gets sideways. He holds on to it, makes a little contact with the inside wall. Doesn't look too bad there for the 39 car. He continues on.
So we are back here on board with Alexander Light. He is losing time to his teammate behind him. Gregory Shaw he's lost about 3 seconds to your leader, and Gregory Shaw is kind of maintained right there at that 33 seconds behind your leader. But he's going to be right there up there to contend with his teammate here shortly if this trend continues. He's going through NASCAR 1 and NASCAR 2 now.
This is getting very interesting. We see a difference of about 30 seconds here between leader and third place. How long does it take to get a pit stop in? Is Michael Campbell going to be presented the opportunity where he's not going to be able to take 4 tires if he wants to stay in front of Gregory Shaw? Or does he take the 4 tires and go after Gregory Shaw? I don't know how long that pit cycle's gonna look like, but nonetheless, this battle right here, it's going to shape up to be really good between the 45 and the 98. As the 45 makes a mistake as I'm hyping him up here through the final chicane.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to recover here into turn 1. Didn't lose a whole lot of time there. You could see his teammate up in front of him. I wonder if there's a little bit of teamwork or teamsmanship that's going to come into play as Alexander Light, knowing that he has to make another pit stop, knowing that his teammate's behind him really quick, does he cut him a break? Does he give him some fresh track to work with since there's not another car up in front of him for quite a ways once he catches his teammate here, Alexander Light?
He's still on that quest after P2 right now. Michael Campbell coming through turns 3 and 4 right now. We'll see if he makes a pit stop. He doesn't. Alexander Light in your P2 position with his teammate right behind him. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, really waiting to the end of this race as we got Dega Boys 10 to go. That time at the line for your race leader. So we'll see how much longer they want to stay out here before making this final pit stop. Maybe just kind of realizing where they're going to blend in, who they're really going to be racing when they come off a pit lane. Kind of playing a little bit of cat and mouse as Alexander Light really gets sideways there, getting into the chicane. His teammate is all over him now here.
Coming in at turn 1 now. We'll see what the 45 can do. Coming after his teammate right now into 1 and 2 and going into 3 now. 45 all over the rear bumper of that 54. Let's see if he can get something done here with the rest of the infield road course.
You know he's going to want to make this pass as quick as he can. Doesn't want to lose a lot of time here racing his teammate. He's going to go into this right-hander here. Maybe set something up here into NASCAR 1. So he's going to draw this gap down to about a car length. Alexander Light's going to go a little wider there. Then Shaw goes a little wide. He's going to try and set him up here heading towards the backstretch bus stop. He's going to follow about 2-3 car lengths behind his teammate here through NASCAR 1 and 2.
Coming down the back straightaway now, the 45 and the 54 duking it out for P2 right now. 45 being the trailing car. We'll see what he can do. Not much. He got a little bit of a bad run going through that bus stop right there. The 45 still maintaining that gap to second place, though. Needs to be a little bit closer if he wants to make a run at it coming through this final chicane. As they get through the final chicane now, there's no hiccups, and they both get through scot-free.
Yes, he's going to continue to follow his teammate. They are currently 33 seconds behind your race leader. This is a battle for position. Alexander Light still has not pitted. Gregory Shaw has pitted. He's going to lose a little bit of time there in 1 and 2. Didn't get through there just as good as his teammate did. He's going to use up a lot of the track here through this right-hander. Off this right-hander down for the back straightaway here down this inside section. He's going to look to the inside. He's not going to be close enough to make a challenge. He's going to use a lot of curb, draw right to the bumper of his teammate Alexander Light. This is a battle for P2, and these are teammates.
45 all over the rear bumper of the 54 now, going into NASCAR turn 1. Let's see if Alexander Light has anything to keep behind Gregory Shaw as they now look to go side by side through turns 1. This might be a little bit of team orders going on here, as it looks like it is. Alexander Light giving up the position to Greg Shaw right now, going down the back straightaway and through the bus stop. The 45 into the P2 position. He makes a mistake on the exit of the bus stop. That's not what he needed. His teammate comes right back through. And all that work he just did, he's got to do it again.
Yeah, as I was going to say before he made that mistake there off the bus stop, is he had lost 2 seconds battling with his teammate. And now he's lost another 2 seconds here in that whole exchange. Now he's got to get all that ground made back up to his teammate. As Alexander Light grabs some wall on the front stretch. Contact is nearly made. Goodness gracious, these are teammates. This is about him for a podium. This is not what either of them want, to make any contact or mistakes. As now Greg Shaw is going to try and set him up here into the infield section. He's going to close all the way up to the rear bumper. He's going to look to the inside. Alexander Light shuts the door on his teammate. This is crazy. Here, teammates battling with 8 laps to go.
These teammates still duking it out. Alexander Light and Greg Shaw. Alexander, he is still holding on to that P2 position in the 54 car. 45, Greg Shaw looking to take that position back. Right now, going into NASCAR turn 1, they're still in a line here. P2, P3, Greg Shaw trying to chase down that 54 coming down the back straightaway.
Yes, he is losing some time here in NASCAR 1 and 2. Does he get real heavy on the brakes here down the back straightaway? Into the bus stop. He does gain a little bit of time there. This is where he made that mistake last lap. He's going to get right to the inside, use a lot of the apron there to try and carry that speed through NASCAR 3 and 4. He's going to draw up to about 1 car length behind, heading for the chicane now. He's going to look to the outside, pulling a little bit of Jimmy Johnson-esque move as he makes a little bit of an outside move. He's going to try to pull a crossover across the line. Still not able to get by his teammate. They are losing time to your race leader, Michael Campbell. This is not what they need.
Michael Campbell looking back on this, and he's thinking, this is the best thing that can ever happen to me right now, as the 45 tries to go too wide with his teammate through turn 2. Now going into turn 3, the 45 all over the rear bumper of the 54 as they continue to work over turn 4. As a 45, he might be giving him a little bit of the bumper business here. As a 45 looks like he accrued a little bit of damage to the left front there. And now coming through 5 and 6, the 45 looks like he's just pushing the 54 through the corners. And going into turn 7 now, a little bit of space has been made. But Gregory Shaw still behind Alexander Light now, going into NASCAR turn 1.
As he just followed his bumper all the way through the infield section. He's going to lose a little bit of time here into NASCAR 1-2. This is where Alexander Light has been just superb all night long, making most of his passes here into NASCAR 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Gregory Shaw's getting real aggressive on the brakes. He's going to draw right up to the bumper again of his teammate. He's looking to the outside here, coming off of the bus stop. He's going to go back and grab a bunch of apron, try to carry the speed through NASCAR 3 and 4. Does Alexander Light pit here? We got 6 laps to go. This time at the line for these guys, as Michael Campbell's already crossed the line. He's going to challenge him down into the front stretch of chicane. Draw right up to his bumper again, but he's just not close enough to make that move on his teammate. Is he going to get a great run down the front stretch? We're going to go side by side here into turn 1.
Turn 1 it is. They're still side by side. This is the Limitless Racing, guys. The 45 does not get it done. The 54 prevails on the outside. Alexander Light becoming the modern day Ryan Newman here, holding back his teammate, going through turn 4 now. This is an insane performance by the 54 right now. He's doing a great job keeping his teammate behind him. Going through the infield road course section, the 45 again all over the rear bumper of the 54. going into 7 and into NASCAR Turn 1 now. These guys duking it out for multiple laps as the 45 on the inside of the 54, nothing's going to be able to come of it.
Yeah, it's where he's better is on the infield section, but he just can't get the run off into NASCAR 1 on that transition to the banking to be able to pounce on his teammate. He's going to get real heavy on the brakes again. This is where he closes a lot of time up. He's going to use a lot of curb there. He was able to make it work. He's going to use the apron again, draw right up to the bumper. He's looking to the outside here in NASCAR 3. Alexander Light's not going to give it to him. They're still battling. Alexander Light is going to forgo another pit stop opportunity as now Gregor Scholl gives him the bumper business.
Oh, they wrecked each other! It's the teammates! Oh my God! These guys! Oh, and there comes Tim Henderson's in it!
Around. Oh my goodness!
What is going on? Teammates hit each other, big damage to each other. Here's Tim Henderson coming in with the TKO on the 45. Incredible!
The drama, look at the damage here to the 45 of Scholl. He's lost 4 seconds to his teammate. He's lost 10 seconds to your race leader, Michael Campbell. This is all unraveling for the Limitless guys. A little bit of contact, a little bit of shove, and a little bit of push coming into play is now he's got to do all this work again to run his teammate back down.
He's got 4 laps to do it, Jay. 5 laps, excuse me, to do it, Jay. Lots of ground to make up for this 45 car. 3 seconds behind his teammate once again. We'll see if he can do it. Go back and look at a couple things that happened here. Steven Downton having a pretty hard time at the moment. We'll go look at what happened to him. Missing the bus stop here. Making some contact. Look, Brad Haldane crashed as well. He's all the way back in P5 at the moment. It's coming through the final chicane. Just crossing the start-finish line now and going into turn 1. Oh, actually, we've got a battle here for P2 again.
Man, these guys are unrelenting. They're limitless. It's Limitless Motorsports here. Still battling it out. Is now Alexander Light has lost all this time again to his teammate. These guys were only 33 seconds behind your race leader before they started duking it out, and now they've lost 13 seconds, and now they're battling again. This is where Gregory Scholl's been better than his teammate. Right here through the infield section as he draws real close to the bumper. Oh, he goes real sideways there. He's going to lose some time to his teammate. That's not what he needed. He's getting real aggressive on the curbs again. Can he run his teammate down for that podium position?
Getting back to the rear bumper of the 54 right now. Greg Scholl looking to get that P2 position. He's got 3 more laps to try and get it done here. Going into NASCAR 1. Maybe a little bit of side-by-side action. Not going to happen this time, by. A lot of damage to that 45. You might be slacking or not slacking. He might be hurting a little bit on the performance on the straight line speed than the 54 is right now. But going into the bus stop, the 45 again all over the rear bumper of the 54. And on the exit now, the 45 might have a little bit of a better exit. I don't think it's going to matter much, though. He's got a lot of damage to that car compared to the 54. He's going to have to try and pass him in the infield road course section at best here. Now coming out of NASCAR 4.
Wow, a little bit of deja vu as he's right back on the bumper here through the final chicane, drawn right up to the rear bumper into turn 1. This is where he's better, and he's closer than he's been the last few laps. Can he make a move? He's going to slide it up here through this turn 2 section. In here, coming up into turn 3. They're both sideways. Tim Henderson's sitting back there licking his chops as these guys continue to battle, as he's going to lose time here. Gregory Scholl lost a lot of time there on exit. He's going to have to challenge Tim Henderson, not for position, but for relative track position, as he's going to have to continue to try and gain that track position back to his teammate Alexander Light, who is just running phenomenal here.
45 still trying to hunt down his teammate. Now they got Tim Henderson behind him. Look, deja vu once again, isn't it? Now going through NASCAR 1. The 45 still trying to track down the 54, maybe a little bit slower on the straight line speeds because of the damage, but going into the bus stop, he makes up a lot of time there. Real deep braking zone for the 45 as he's trying to make up the time in the corners due to his damage on the car. The 45 still hunting down his teammate Alexander Light in the 54.
Yes, he's lost a lot of time here through NASCAR 3 and 4. He's going to get heavy on the brakes again. You see a little bit of lockup there at Alexander Light as well. Oh, he's looking for a crossover here off the final chicane. We're going to go get side by side here into turn 1. Gregory Shaw to the inside of his teammate. Alexander Light drives it in really deep. He ain't going to give it up. He's going to continue to roll the center, carry that momentum off. He's going to stay side by side here off of turn 2. Oh, Alexander Light shuts the door on his teammate of Gregory Shaw. He goes wide. Gregory Shaw to the inside. We're side by side still. This is wild. Where's Tim Anderson going to go? He sees these guys mixing it up. This is a 3-car battle here.
Now going through turn 6 and 7, the 45 does take over that position for P2 over his teammate of Alexander Light. These guys are going to continue to duke it out. Going in through the NASCAR infield road course section, going into turn 1 now. The 45 stays on top. This is going to be a good one to watch now, going through 1 and 2 because of the damage on that 45. We'll see how much faster this 54 car is in a straight line. Coming off of turn 4 now, the 54 trying to get something done as a 45 does have a later braking zone, and he gets a lot done there. He makes up a lot of time on his teammate. We're white flag lap, Jay, with the 98.
What a race he has put together, absolutely obliterating the field tonight. 51 seconds here over P2. As you see Matt Yost grab some wall in front of him, that's not what he wants to see. Matt Yost is going to give him the inside line. Don't want to make a mistake. You don't even have to pass Matt Yost here. Just got to limper back home. Here off of NASCAR 2 for the final time. Wow, these Manning Motorsports guys really hit the ground running here early in this season. They are looking to get another one of their drivers in victory lane here through the bus stop for the final time into NASCAR 3. He's going to let Matt Yost kind of just finish this race in front of him. Coming through NASCAR 4 here for the final time. He's going to do it. Michael Campbell, what a race. Just dominant performance. He's going to come through the chicane here on the front stretch for the final time. He's going to win here at the Charlotte Roval. Michael Campbell.
Gregory Shaw has pulled out a great gap between himself and his teammate. Looks like if he can just hold on during these last few corners, he's going to be able to clinch this P2 position. Gregory Shaw doing a great job to get around his teammate and finally get that 45 up into P2. These guys still haven't finished yet. The leaders, going through turn 5, 6 right now. These guys coming off into NASCAR 3. Crazy.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy, but Gregory Shaw, man, he had to earn this one. This P2 was one of the hardest ones he has probably ever had to race for. He's going to go through the final chicane now. As long as you don't make a mistake, he'll come across the line in P2. And just behind him, his teammate. What a battle these guys put on. He's going to come home in the final podium position. Alexander Light.
What a great run by these guys. Michael Campbell does win this race. Greg Shaw in P2. And teammate Alexander Light in the 54 car. Finishing P3. Your final podium position. Jay, let's go ahead and bring up the number 54, Alexander Light. Let's interview him real quick. Alexander, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. How are you guys doing tonight?
Wow, what a battle you put on between yourself and your teammate there for really the second half of the race. What was going through your head there when you were getting hounded on by the 45?
Just got to get the car to rotate. I don't know what happened, but it was around that halfway point or so. That just felt like the fronts just went on us. There was no rotation through corners. I was having trouble getting into entries. The chicanes in particular were killing us. Anytime we tried to get in, we were either locking up or the car just plowed like crazy. So, yeah, I don't know what I did, if I was pushing too hard early or braking really aggressively early, but it seemed like the fronts just died on us.
Yeah, so we did see a lot of squirreliness too. Maybe some drivers were burning the right or the rears off the cars. Nonetheless, a great race by you today, holding on to that P3 position, but also a great race for Limitless. What does this mean for you and your team here tonight?
I mean, it's pretty good race in general. It was great to be able to run 2-3. Would have loved to give a better fight for the lead, but not being able to qualify and having to get in last minute. We're more than happy to take a 2-3. That's for sure. And it makes us hopeful. Like for me personally, I'll be able to get in to the touring series on Sunday, so it'll be the first time we have either the full team or most of the team in the race for the GT3 series. So lots of big things for Limitless, and hopefully we can keep going up after this.
Yes, absolutely. A great run by Limitless tonight. And great runs throughout the other leagues as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that with the Limitless guys. But Jay, that's all I got for Alexander here. What do you got for him?
I just want to say congratulations. You guys put on a wonderful battle. I mean, what a show. You just put everybody at all with that amazing battle. I just want to say congratulations, P3 tonight for Limitless, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.
All right, thanks so much.
Hey, one more thing here. Alex, who do you have to thank for your P3 finish?
Yeah, shout out to Limitless, the organization, everything for supporting us and everything we do. Appreciate them. Shout out also to one of our newer sponsors, Reve, for joining us and hopping on board, as well as Get Wet Sports, SimWrap Market, where we get all of our wraps. So if you need to get yourself a new wrap and want to be able to get something that looks really clean, quick out of the box, go to SimWrap Market. And also shout out to Hilton.
All right, there you have it. Thanks again, Alexander. Great race
Thanks,
tonight, and we hope to see you in the next one.
We'll see you there, hopefully.
That was your P3 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up our P2 finisher. That is Gregory Shaw. Greg, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Greg, what a great run you had tonight. One of the only drivers to take a pit stop, but not only take that pit stop, but come all the way back up to P2. Wow, you had a very fast car, but that battle with your teammate at the end, holy cow. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we had to go down early. I smacked a couple walls. That seems to be my forte this week. And so we were trying to battle Alex, running a similar set. I don't think we had the exact same set in this time. We usually run the same set, but I did some tweaking just because it's a road course and I'm used to tweaking the road cars. And I noticed his car was a little bit plowing, and he was offering to let me go, but I know he was quicker than me in the infield. I was quicker on the oval, so it wasn't really going to work out no matter who was in front as far as speed-wise. So we just kind of fought. We hoped it would put on a show for the fans because, being a road course, everything kind of spreads out, and yeah, I gave him a shot there towards the end just to get by him, but we'll take 2-3 and hopefully more weeks to come for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you take that pit stop, you work all the way back up to P2. Do you think maybe in an alternate universe here that you could have been competing with Michael here for the race win?
Honestly, no. Looking at his times, he was actually a lot quicker. Initially, I know towards the end, if I was able to save tires and theoretically not take a pit stop, we might have been up there with him. But if there was, let's say, no damage in a perfect world and no spins, we had amazing grip in every car here. I actually think Alex would have had it because he did have the pace with those good cars. But I know once we started hitting the walls and tire wear on the tracks are interesting. So no, Michael and Manning Motorsports definitely had that in the bag.
A good shout out there for Manning Motorsports. Hey, Jay, that's all I got for Greg here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations and thank you for putting on just an amazing show. I mean, you and your teammate Alex, man, you guys just went at each other there for half that race. Who do you have to thank for your performance tonight?
Yeah, obviously we're under Limitless, so hopefully we'll see good things coming with under that org. And Reve's been in the car last couple weeks, so we're hoping to treat them well, not being an American sponsor coming over to American Motorsports awesome. And then Get Wet Sports, SimWrap Market, they're always on the cars and supporting us, and we're just looking to put on a show.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, Greg, for your P2 finish. Thank you for coming out, giving us some great content there for that race. And Greg, we hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That was Greg Shaw, your P2 finisher for tonight. But let's go ahead and bring up your P1 finisher for tonight, Michael Campbell. Michael, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I do.
Michael, what
Scared me to death.
sorry. Michael, what an insane race you put on. An absolute clinic, really. But what was your mindset going into this race to try and get to the position that you got at the end of this race? And what were the things that you were battling with your car?
I think the big thing that I was thinking about is we got to qualify toward the front because it's so hard to pass here and the tires go away. Like you blink, they're gone. So it was about kind of getting out front in that early going because of that awkward chicane start. So getting the pole was a priority, trying to find pace to get the pole, and then just, I hate sounding cheesy, listening to the track because it was a warm track. So kind of listening to the car, seeing what I could do, couldn't do, and just backing back to pace a couple of times. The car, I got in a certain way. The car was like, no, sir, not today. And we went for a little slide there. So I learned and I had to adjust. So it's really just kind of staying on top of the track and just minding the pace and not trying to bite off too much in some of these slow corners.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see a lot of drivers out there, making little spins and getting really loose, roasting their rear tires. And we really didn't see a lot of that from you. Setup. You must have just had, a setup that Kim Jong-un would have been proud of. I mean, really, it was a very fast car. Even Greg Shaw and Alexander Light commented on just how fast that 98 car was. My question, though, is how much time did you spend on this setup?
Well, working with Travis Manning, I am, of course, a proud member of this organization. Shout out to him watching the race tonight, couldn't be here. We worked on this car a lot, just kind of get an understanding of what this car is going to face and understanding. One of the big things is you're spending a lot of time in the low gears. You're spending a lot of time in second gear, and you need to be able to get off the corner and carry that speed into the next one because you're not going to be shifting up to third or fourth very often when you're in that interior Roval. So really just fine-tuning this car's ability to plant into the track, deliver the power we needed to get through the next corners to get us back onto the NASCAR oval. So we spent a fair few days really just tweaking it, fine-tuning it, but also not tuning the good things out of the car while we're trying to address some of those trouble areas.
Yeah, absolutely. A really good in-depth description there on your setup. We really appreciate that. It gives a good insight to everybody watching on what you guys do to get these cars to go so fast, and we appreciate that. Thank you. But Jay, that's all I got for Michael there. What do you got for him?
Yeah, Michael, what a great race. Just dominating performance, getting the dub here at the Roval. Who do you have to thank for just this awesome run that you had tonight?
I mean, I definitely credit Travis for really just kind of being in my ear, helping me understand the car, coming back to Gen 6. I'm primarily a road racer now. I run V8 supercars here. I do a lot of officials. I've run a couple of championships there, and I'm taking part in the league over there. So really, I've become a road driver per se, but really, you can take a lot of the lessons learned from the V8 supercars, those Australian powerhouses, and apply them to these NASCAR stock cars. And really, there's a lot of notes there. We saw SVG win at Chicago Street Course, and again, that knowledge translates, and being able to come back here and run these, it was helpful to bounce off Travis. Hey, the supercars behave this way. How can you help me get that in these cars that behave a little differently? And his mind and his ability to work through that is phenomenal, and I'm proud to be able to work with him as part of this team.
Awesome. Great shout-outs there. Again, congratulations there, Michael, for your P1 finish tonight. Thank you for coming on out, giving us some great content here, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Absolutely. Thanks for broadcasting. Take care.
Absolutely. Well, Jay, what a race that we just witnessed. A lot of different and cool things did happen here. We saw a little bit of a pit strategy happening. We saw these guys, even like what just Michael said, listening to the track, backing off a little bit, and knowing when to hit the gas to try and minimize mistakes there. We did see a lot of mistakes, though, out of these drivers. Maybe something they can iron out for when we do go to the Chicago Street Course. And see what becomes of that race. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to be seeing Michael Campbell back out there, Gregory Shaw, Alexander Light, These top guys right here going at it here tonight at the Roval and giving us a great show.
Yeah, what a race. I mean, we see Michael Campbell put down just a flyer in qualifying. He said it. He wanted to get to the front of this field in qualifying, set himself up in a good running order through the race and kind of minimize the mistakes and kind of check out on the field there. And he did just that. Dominating performance here by Michael Campbell. While we saw other guys just struggle around this track, making mistakes, a lot of mistakes were made. It was a race of survival, really, to the end. And then we see a great battle for your podium positions between Limitless Racing teammates of Alexander Light, Gregory Shaw. I mean, they put it on each other for a good 15 laps there, just wheeling and dealing out here at the Charlotte Roval. And Gregory Shaw comes up superior over his teammate. A little bit of bumper business and contact made there in the final chicane. Put a little bit of drama into the action. At the end of the day, we see Michael Campbell take the dub in pretty dominating fashion. And then your Limitless Esports guys settled it out there, P2 and P3. But overall, just an amazing race. What you expect from the best iRacers in the business out here in the Motor City Cup leagues.
Absolutely it is. Congratulations again to Manning Motorsports for their win tonight. Real quick, I just want to say a couple things here. First off, give a big shout out to Dallas Seward here, a great supporter of our channel, giving us some support with our membership program. If you guys would like to join that, there's a lot of benefits that come with it, and there's different tiers to the system as well, so make sure you guys go check that out. Come support the Dega Boys. It means a lot to us. It helps us do what we do on a daily basis. It helps us grow our channel as well. Again, meaning a lot to us. We really appreciate it. You'll get a shout out just like Dallas does every stream, and even a possibility for you guys to get onto our broadcasts or our podcasts. So make sure you guys check that out. Hit that join button and just come out and support the Dega Boys. We've got lots of cool stuff heading your way. We've got another stream tomorrow with the Short Track League, so make sure you guys tune in for that as well. That's going to be another Nexus presented league. So come on out, show some support. It's going to be another great race. We're going to be seeing a lot of familiar names in there, as we saw tonight. So make sure you guys come out, root for your favorite driver, and have some fun with Jay and I up in the booth. I'm going to hand this off to Jay real quick, talk about our podcast side and what we're doing this weekend.
Yeah, so this weekend, Petit Le Mans, we're doing our monthly watch party. So we will be live to showcase the last 3 hours. Come chill in, turn the race on one screen, put us on your phone, your tablet, your second TV, and listen to us while we talk to the race. It's going to be as if you were right next to us on the couch watching the race with you. We're going to get in depth. We also have a little bit of fun in there, a little bit of comedy hour. We kind of just let it all hang. That's kind of our chill moment to watch the race with you guys and interact with you guys. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be great stuff. Great championship battle coming down to the line here in the IMSA WeatherTech Series. You can't miss it. As well as podcasts every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube. We're going to talk about all the racing, every type of racing you can imagine. We talk about it all. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's NASCAR, Formula, IndyCar, road racing, IMSA, World Endurance Championship, even dirt track racing and short track racing. We talk about it all. We love motorsports. We are the hub for motorsports on YouTube. Share it with your friends. If you love racing, you've come to the place, the best platform you can find. Make sure you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe on all of our content. It means the world to us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Again, thank you to everybody who came out and watched tonight, liked, commented, and subscribed. You guys do not know how much that means to Jay and I and our channel. The growth that we're having right now is just substantial, and all the credit goes to you guys. So thank you so much for coming out and supporting the Dega Boys Broadcasting Podcast channel. Again, means a lot. This is the Dega Boys, Thomas and Jay up in the booth. We just got done with the Roval broadcast. Thank you again for coming on out, and we hope to see you in the next one.